Good afternoon, fresh princes and princesses. How you doing today? I had the day off, had plenty of time to sit down and read my comics, and I'm doing a comic show on Wednesday. Wow, not Sunday? That's amazing. Mm. I'm actually, forgive me, the first few minutes of a live show suck anyway, because essentially it's me checking to see if we're on, me sharing the link. That's not entertainment. I don't know what you can call that. All right, let me just get this thing all set up here. And okay, she's looking. Now I'm just going to share this on Facebook. I've been having trouble with Facebook today. It seems a little wonky. I don't know what the deal is. Um, it might just be my connection, or it might be my local city Cox connection. Whatever. It's just, I don't know. It's just weird right now. And I'm just gonna live with this week's comics. Okay. And let's see, I'm gonna tweet that too. And one more, in case you only follow me on Facebook. There we go. All right. Yeah, this thing is weird today. Anyway, I hope the picture and audio is coming through. It's not too janky. All right, let's see. And let's see, before we get going, it would be amiss if I didn't mention the fact that the Red Knight relaunch Kickstarter campaign is going on right now. You can check the link below once this is finished streaming, and go right there. You can help support the relaunch of the Red Knight comic book series, and share and support it if you'd like to do that too. I don't know, it's your thing. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to get the series off the ground now, so let's see. This would be a fresh new start, also pretty inviting for new readers. I've amassed a few new followers who haven't had a chance to read the comic yet, so I think this is a good way to do it. So, all right. And this week in comics, I only picked up 3 books today, but I was very excited to pick them all up. I got Lois Lane #1. I got Justice League number 27. And I also got Miss Marvel, the Magnificent Miss Marvel, and 1. And the way things go at Marvel, I can't wait for next year's annual #1 of Magnificent Miss Marvel. Like, you know, they used to collect the numbers, guys. It was really fun. All right. And I'm going to pick them, I'm going to review them in the order I read them. I think that's a fair way to go. And issue 1 of a 12 series, Lois Lane. And this apparently most likely is connected to what's going on over in the regular Superman books. This is from Greg Rucka. And who's doing the art on this? Perkins? Let me see. Oh, is this one of those things where you have to... This one where the credits page is in the back. Yeah. Mike Perkins. All right. Now, from what I understand, Lois and Clark have been, because of circumstances, not really living together right now, and their son Jonathan is, I don't know, doing stuff. I think he's in the future or some crap like that. So, yeah, Lois is on her stuff. She's investigating some dangerous material, and of course, Superman is Superman, so he's doing his stuff. She's been held up in this hotel to the point where the housekeeping staff is pretty well acquainted with her. Not to the point where they know to always keep the minibar stocked at all times when Lois is staying. Come on. Anyway, she's working on a couple things. She's, oddly enough, investigating and working on a story about tender care camps at the border. Boy, that's pretty on the nose right now, what's going on. And of course, this thing's been going on for months and months, so, you know, that's not too shocking that it was able to make it into a comic book and still be really timely. Where she's kind of dealing with, you know, the fight with the White House about that. Meanwhile, there's this reporter who I believe has been working on the stuff that's more tightly connected to what's going on in the Superman books with Leviathan. She has been found dead, and apparently it was totally a suicide. You know, when reporters die in Russia from mysterious suicides, you know it's true. That's got to happen. Not so much. She sends the question. It's unclear which question, but come on, it's obviously going to be Montoya. This is Greg Rucka writing. And, you know, she does spend the day, the night and day with Clark, who's able to come in. Yeah, they're not sleeping together, but they're still sleeping together, if you know what I mean. And they spend a nice day. Apparently, she had been caught kissing, and that's been like a little bit of a story in the news. Oops. That's going to happen. And, you know, people are thinking like she was cheating on Clark with Superman, of course. Anyway, we cut back to the investigation going on where Renee Montoya, looking pretty badass, investigates deeper into the story for Lois. Meanwhile, we get to Lois at the White House press conference with Press Secretary McCarthy, which is pretty funny. That's like, you know, maybe you shouldn't trust anybody named McCarthy in the news and the government. But anyway, she gets thrown out because she just will not let go of the story. I don't know how much that's going to be connected to the full like 12-issue story arc here, or if we're going to be tying more into the Leviathan thing. Whatever the case is, this is really great. And Greg Rucka is a terrific choice to write some Lois Lane, especially serious, badass, cool Lois Lane. Lois is one of those characters that I feel is grossly underestimated in fandom. I hate it when people relegate her to a nuisance or a damsel in distress, because that's clearly not what she is. She's actually, if anything, she's pretty badass. She is a detective character just without the gimmick and costume and name, essentially. I'm going to give this a 4. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5 Ram Chips. Really strong debut. Next, we're going to go to Miss Marvel, annual #1, Magnificent Miss Marvel, annual #1. And it is from, let's see, Magdalene Vizago and John Lamb. And they've been, I really like this team on this book. By the way, I really like seeing Miss Marvel like take on some classic old school Marvel villains like Super Sprawl and Shocker a few months ago. I'm digging that, putting her against these old school guys. And this is part of, I'm not too familiar with what's going on. This Acts of Evil seems to be a spiritual successor to the Acts of Vengeance storyline that happened in the annuals like a long time ago, back when Marvel cared about their annuals in a big way, because they used to like do these big, both them and DC used to do these big storylines in the annuals, and they eventually stopped doing that. And DC was doing this neat thing where they weren't like connected to a storyline, but they had a theme, which was a neat idea. And then Marvel completely dropped annuals. It looked like they dropped annuals for a good long while. But they've been kind of getting sort of back into it. And this apparently is working on that theme where different villains go after different heroes, which is a cool idea. And I'm really digging it. And of course, Super Sprawl is given a deal with this guy who is very thinly veiled, a Mr. Miracle type of character from the Kree. And he gives him this gun that can actually transform a whole planet into a world of Skrulls genetically. All he needs is to power it with a shapeshifter. So he goes to Earth to look for a shapeshifter. He picks apparently Miss Marvel, and he shows up disguised as this character named Captain Hero. And I kind of like, this is kind of his idea of what Earthbound superheroes are like. And, you know, he picks the most generic name he could have thought of in 2 seconds, and, you know, the most generic costume. And he's like really brutal. Like he's trying to be like good and heroic and, you know, put on an image of like, you know, really good guy. And he's like beating the living shit out of these villains that he's coming across, and he's doing this to try and like gain her trust. And she encounters another villain. While that's happening, the Super Skrull shows up as Captain Hero, nearly murders this character, and that's when Miss Marvel steps in. And she teams up with the villain she was fighting against to take him on. And what I like is she's able to convince him to kind of give up this plan and kind of move forward. Takes the heart. I really like this issue a lot, and it's a nice, good, strong one and done. The art's really pleasant. I like Lamb. Is it Lamb? Yeah, I like Lamb's take on Miss Marvel. It's really good design. And let's see, I believe this is the first time. This is the first time I'm seeing her write this book, and I really like this take on this. This is really nice. I'm enjoying this a lot too. I don't know if I'm going to pick up any of the other annuals. I assume connected to the titles I like, I'll probably pick those up. But this was pretty good. I'm going to give this a strong 4 to 5 round chips. If you're just casually curious about Miss Marvel, this is a good one to jump in and take a look at the character. Okay, now let's go to Justice League, and this is issue 27. This is Year of the Villain, The Offer, and this is from, yeah, Scott Snyder's not writing this one. This is from James Tynan the Fourth. And doing the art is a new team as well. Javier Fernandez and Bruno Redondo. And I don't know if they are guest artists or not. I don't know if Snyder's coming back. I haven't heard anything about him leaving, so I'm not sure about this. This might be more of a fill-in issue with one of the co-creators. It's not bad. Let's see, essentially, it's Martian Manhunter kind of picking up and trying to figure out what's going on from like Lionel Luthor, but it's not really Lionel Luthor. It's oh god, who's that guy who always built Ivo? It's really Ivo doing the whole thing. He and Hawkgirl shows up to save him, and they take him on an army of these guys, Amazos. Meanwhile, you know, the whole big story they're going back and forth to. They're talking to the World Forger. Whoops, a little too far here. They're talking to the World Forger, the main team, trying to figure out exactly, you know, where they are and all the universes. There's this interesting piece of Barry Allen remembering his death in the original Crisis, which I imagine is kind of jarring. But, you know, to be honest, if you're living in the DC universe, flashes of your alternate life and death, I mean, I'm sure that happens to, like, I don't know, 1 out of 10 people in the DC universe. So, yeah, not too bad, actually. It's a generally kind of a fill-in issue. It's an issue to kind of move the story forward. Nothing I'd say that stands on its own, though. Like, this is not a good issue to like start with. Although it is fascinating. There's some really interesting stuff here. I like this. I like the bit with I forgot the kid's name, but the parent-child of Hawkgirl and Martian Manhunter from an alternate reality is questioning his very existence, which is a fair feeling from him. And Starman tells him something interesting. He tells him that, you know, if, you know, alternate possibilities and possibilities are real and they're reality, well, then you are too. You're real. and you matter, and that's a sweet moment. I thought I really enjoyed that little bit of writing. That might be my favorite scene in the issue. Come to think. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a decent. I'd probably give this 3 out of 5 round chips. Not too bad. It's definitely moving the story forward, and I'm not against picking it up. So we'll see. Oh, I didn't even notice the top of this cover. Like this guy peeking over the top. Like, hey, how's it going? Oh, how you doing? All right. That's what we got this week. I would probably pick book of the week is going to be Lois Lane #1. Greg Rucka still got it. It's nice seeing Lois in this fashion, kind of taking center stage in the series. Love it a lot. Really good. The art's pretty strong too. That would definitely be my pick of the week. So also we got Red Knight, and the Kickstarter is like 2 days in. And we're about 30-some% way there. I have a small goal. It's like 750, and we're at 254 at the last count. I have like 24 backers. Thank you so much to all you backers. You've been fantastic. I love your support. I will not let you down. Definitely going to be doing a good book for you guys. So if you're curious about checking out, please check out the Kickstarter and see if you can back it if you can. If you can't, hey, I get it. You share it with somebody who can. So I'd appreciate that. It doesn't look like. Oh, hey, I finally got a comment. Marion McDaniel. Hey, Marion, how you doing? Oh, I'm actually just finishing up. In case you just missed. Let's see. I liked all 3 issues. I gave Lois Lane 5 out of 5. Miss Marvel Annual 4 out of 5, and Justice League not too bad 3 out of 5. Pretty good books this week. So I don't know if I'm going to take time to do some questions. All I really wanted to do is get you filled in on the comics. Hope you like these comics. Let me know in the comment below. In the next couple of days, I'm going to be doing another live video regarding the Red Knight Kickstarter. Friday, I think I will drop my She-Ra Season 2 review. And I've been meaning to do a big countdown video, but I need to see one movie for it to kind of make sure I got my thoughts right on it. So I don't know. I'll hopefully get to do that next week. Anyway. Hey, Marion has a question before I finish up here. Blah, 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 blah. Have you read the Batman Who Laughs miniseries? And no, I have not. I'm not really interested in that stuff right now. So, I'm sure it's probably good. I hear a lot of people talking about it. I'm pretty excited about it. But right now, I'm not reading it. Okay, I'm going to get going. So it's good talking to you all. Have a good day.